So have you heard of the crazy beef brewing in the comedy world between Katt Williams and one of my favorite comedians from our city, Houston, Texas, Ali Siddiq?
No, but why? I like them both.
So apparently there's a lot of story behind these two, and they've done interviews back and forth. And we finally know that there was like a resolution attempt between Ali Siddiq and Katt Williams. And I've wanted to cover the story, but I never did. But we've now got so many pieces of it, we can walk through it. Now, according to Ali Siddiq, they have known each other for a while, or at least he booked them back in the day, like we talking about at the beginning of Katt's career, you know what I'm saying, 10, decades plus ago. And so fast forward, and he ends up getting kicked out an arena in Houston and at a show that Katt Williams was doing, and I'll let Katt Williams say what happened, because they both tell the story and it's two totally different ways.
Okay.
Between you and Ali Siddiq. I know you said
the
you
world
won't talk
couldn't
about it.
possibly want to know
Wanna
that.
know,
He's
man.
not famous enough for the world to want to know that. But if you pick the actual king, then make sure that your story's correct. And unfortunately, his story's not correct. No matter what he says, he never met me. He made it disrespectful that a security guard that was 6'7" reached over him to pay him. Not mentioning the fact that he got paid for not doing anything.
Well, let's start at the beginning of the Reliant thing.
I don't know if I want to.
I'm gonna start,
ahead.
and then
Fair enough.
but I think for the sake of the audience knowing, just
Tell them
have
who
an
Ali
idea of
Siddiq
what we're
is
talking
first.
about. Ali Siddiq is a comedian from Houston that's based in Houston. Yeah. Now, Ali said that he went to a Reliant arena and he was on the same show as you. He showed up, and the security stopped him from entering the building. And then somebody told him Katt didn't want you to come in. And then at some point, somebody else came and gave him a check. Another security person reached over somebody's shoulder and gave him a check. He said that the people that were the working security locked arms to prevent him from walking inside of the building. And he thought that, you had a problem with him. And he said he didn't know why you had a problem with him. And to this day, he don't know why you have a problem with him. That was
It'd be nice if that was the story. So now, if that's the story, then let me see if I got this correct. A guy I've never met was supposed to be doing a show with me. And I got so angry, even though I hadn't met him, that I had security keep him out of the building. See, that's the problem with lies. They're faulty from their inception, sir. I'm the person in the story that doesn't have a grudge to feel. I don't care why I didn't like Katt Williams. I would get to the bottom of it. This is not one of those stories. First of all, the actual truth of this matter is, every city that I go to, I already have the comedians who are opening up for me. Not just this tour, but for the 17 100 city tours previous to this. I never go to the city and go, hey, do you guys have some comics here? I'd like to add them to my show. I just don't do it. I travel with the comedians that are coming to your city. We're one unit and one team when we come. That is to let you understand that no comic was fin to come join us that evening because there isn't space for it. I still have to do an hour at the end of this. There's a limited amount of time. So we could just start there. Second of all, I don't care where you're from, what the venue is, how cool you are with the people that work there. Katt Williams show means Katt Williams show. That means don't nothing move but the money. There ain't no loud talking and voice raising and, how dare you? How dare you? Let me look on the advertisements and see, do I see your name or face, sir, whoever you may be? Where would you even get the entitlement to be having this question? This is like me insisting that the Lakers put me on as a kid. That's before, that couldn't have been perfect. Maybe he was expecting to get some sort of a payment. And now he thinks he doesn't get to get paid because we already have a tour. I wasn't so angry. What did he say to you? He said, I'm supposed to be on. I don't understand. I don't understand why he's so angry. What did he say to you? He said, I'm supposed to be on this show. I said, well, maybe he was expecting to get some sort of a payment. And now he thinks he doesn't get to get paid because we already have a tour. I wouldn't want that. Pay him for performing.
Oh.
So he got the check of the performer. This is what he's angry about. Imagine the audacity. Your story is that I'm kicking you the fuck out.
So they went back and forth. Ali Siddiq's side of the story is, he basically got invited up there, and I can't remember exactly what his point was, but Ali Siddiq is a very big person in Houston. He means a lot to the city. He's a huge comedian outside of Houston. Let's not act like Ali Siddiq is not huge. He's done multiple Comedy Central specials. His YouTube specials are groundbreaking. He's doing something amazing with them right now. He's one of my favorite comedians, as well as Katt Williams, both of them. These are two of my favorite comedians, period. So to watch them be at odds is crazy to me, especially when in my mind, their comedy comes from the same soul, the same spirit of telling the truth and excellence in their craft. And so I hate to see them going back and forth. But now Ali Siddiq has responded about basically, because in this story, and I believe it was Willie D, but it could have been a million people, but Willie D interviewed both of them, Ali Siddiq, Katt Williams, and he asked in both of their interviews that they'd be willing to squash it if they get on the phone, whatever. So I don't know if this is what he's referring to, but he recently did an interview where he talked about Katt Williams and them not being able to squash it because Katt Williams wouldn't come out in public and apologize.
Sounds like Katt.
Katt's had problems in the past, man. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. And of course, we all like to get to a chime in. Better way, better day.
There's no way to resolve any problem I've ever had with anybody. This is my golden rule. If it's a public beef, you have to see the resolution. So I don't want nobody ever think that it's just one way.
Yeah.
So for somebody that I had admiration for to come out and say something that's an untruth, and then you privately try to apologize. And I said, cool, I will come to the meeting. But just to not just be just crazy with it, I said this to the person who called me about the meeting. I said, yo, if they coming for peace, cool. But if they not, you know me and I am who I am. Bro, I'm cool until I'm not. And if anybody knows anything about me, it ain't a group of people, it ain't a man, it ain't nobody that I've ever feared in my life, even if you think that you got the upper hand. Bro, ain't nobody got no upper hand. And with me, it's it's a decision with me. Mask on or mask off. If I come with my mask off, I promise you, you will not survive this if you want some bull. Because my thing is, I'm going home, regardless. Been proven too much, and this goes back to what deals. I'm a real street dude around dudes that's playing, and I'm not playing, and I'm never going to play. And if you lie on me, if you ever lie on me, it's dead ass serious, because Emmett Till happened because of a lie. We in a condition in this country because of lies and propaganda. So don't do no white supremacy nonsense on me and try to make me look small, because that happened 13 years ago. It didn't happen yesterday. And I know what condition you want to, if you want to do what you called for, then 100. But don't call me with no private apology when you said something in public trying to make me look like a clown.
True.
Because I grab you and I close my hand around your throat. And I'm for peace. I'm everybody know me, man. I'm not finna put my hands on nobody. I don't want no problems with no black men and no man. This is why I don't play with these people in the industry, because, man, when you from where I'm from, bro, and you've been through what I've been through. I go to prison at 19. I'm there for 6 years. I'm a kid. You will never hear nobody say nothing foul about me while I was there, because they know what they come with. I was a dog in the street. Man, once I learned as a kid that mass majority of people can't fight, they not skilled at it. That's why they choose every other thing. Bruh, I stand with anybody. Who you?
I'm the peace guard on the
I know, but it's the fact that you will lie.
So it seemed like that hit him hard. He had a lot to say. And when Ali Siddiq told his side of the story, and we say this all the time, there's two sides. And I think they both told their side of the truth. And it also seems like, Katt could have gotten third-party information, and he never talked to him himself in that whole situation. There was a go-between. He might not even know what the fuck is going on. And then he hear you got a problem, you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and also it's harder when you are the guy who's trying to do the right thing. If you say pay the man and then you still mad at me, like, bro, now it's fuck you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think that it probably was some type of miscommunication. I don't think Katt has such a sterling reputation of being someone who's not a hater, stands on the truth, that I don't think that his initial reaction was out of anything other than just not understanding, of just confusion. And I think on both sides, I think even with Ali Siddiq's initial reaction probably was born out of the same blame, confusion and just, taking things at face value and not really knowing exactly what's going on. So I hope that they can resolve it publicly. And I do agree with him. I do agree that it necessarily have to be an apology, but it has to be said. Like, we both did interviews on this. When you did your interview, I ain't gonna lie, Kat, it was a little bit more saucy. At least you could be like, hey man, I ain't know that. It ain't gonna be good. Now, at least say that.
Yeah.
Like, it can be done, but we'll see how it goes. And I understand, man, being in the industry, people play. And if you're someone from a certain background, you don't know what to do in those situations because where you're from, that type of behavior is dangerous. So you don't engage in it. And when someone does those things to you, it signals other things. Like, we're at war and you're doing these things playing. It's a game and not understanding what this means to me and how I'm taking it. So I understand where that comes from. And look, most people are full of shit. So if you come from a world where your character, your integrity, your words means something to you and means something to the point where it can be a matter of life and death on any day, you take that shit differently. You know what I'm saying? A little bit at least. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think. Do you think that they can resolve it? Do you think one is more right than the other? I think it's a pretty crazy situation and I hope that we see them piece it up because again, these are two of my favorite comedians and I think that, them together in any type of collaboration would be the dopest thing ever. So we just got to see.